Es muy nice. Ok, ¿quién lee el otro, ¿cómo se dice? La otra estrofa. Vamos a tomar ok, ¿quién lee la otra?
La quería para hacerla decorar un prendedor con un verso y una perra, una pluma y una flor.
Ok, yo leo eso bien rápido y traigan la computadora.
Bro.
¿Ah?
You're Miss Quint.
Lo que vamos a hacer es leer.
Evie, Ángel, Cole, Tyler, yo estás en la clase donde tenemos que hacer un proyecto.
Sí.
Y hoy lo vamos a hacer y el mejor va a ser el de Ángel porque tiene una foto bien chistosa. Pero el mío la sienta así y está bien chistoso y todo el mundo va a estar riendo. Entonces va a estar exciting tomorrow when we present them.
We're not presenting them.
Hasta next week.
Es un proyecto acerca de qué tema.
It's como we need to interview teachers and like it has to be like a discussion.
Documentary.
Like why are the bells
A
not here?
documentary.
Yeah, like a documentary.
Oh, en la clase del señor Hunter también.
Yeah.
Ah, qué bueno, me
I was in
encanta.
that class already. It's easy.
Sí, pero me encanta, está interesante lo que hace.
Spanish class and why?
My favorite part about Spanish class is that I get to socialize a lot because the teacher gives us a lot of free time.
My favorite part is I get to be with my friends and we get to talk a lot.
What is your opinion about Miss Quint?
My opinion about Miss Quint is that she's a very nice teacher and she teaches a lot of things.
My opinion on Miss Quinn is that she's very nice and she makes us learn a lot of knowledge.
Do you like having 10 minutes of reading time?
Yes, I like that because like it's like very relaxing time away from LA. So like yeah.
I like reading too because she puts like raindrops in the back and then I like the sound of the raindrops.
What is your opinion about Spanish class and why?
I like Spanish class because it's fun and all of my friends are in it.
I like Spanish class because the work we do is not very difficult and it is easy to get past the class.
Do you think that Miss Quint is a good teacher?
Yeah, because she like makes sure we're doing what we're doing, and then she gives us time, like full time.
Oh, I think Miss Quint's an excellent teacher because like she doesn't get mad as easily as the other teachers, and like we can do more stuff in her class that we wouldn't do in like any other class.
Do you like that you basically can only speak Spanish the whole class?
Yes and no, because I'm not that good at it, and I struggle with some things.
Well, I don't care that we have to speak Spanish, but like I'd rather like it's alright.
Yeah. Teaching Spanish?
I love teaching Spanish. This class was offered to me about 4 years ago, and I really had nothing, curriculum-wise. I just had books, but Mr. Pilot said to me, it's a class that should be taught as an ELA class, but in Spanish for children whose native language is Spanish and who are, proficient enough to be in this class. And I tell you, every year I like it even more. I just enjoy it so much and enjoy reading literature in Spanish. And I explain to my students that this class is going to help them become truly bilingual. Because I understand that they're able to speak at home with their parents, but that type of Spanish is what we call colloquial Spanish. It's very basic conversational Spanish. The Spanish we speak in this class is academic Spanish. It's more sophisticated, you know. And in order for them to be able to be truly bilingual, they need to be able to interpret literature. They need to be able to read and understand, you know, books and articles that are written in Spanish. They need to be able to write using proper spelling and grammar. So there's a lot going on, and I really enjoy it.
Do you think your students do good during independent reading time?
Well, that's a great question. If we're talking about this particular 7th grade class, I would say that not all of them. And I think the key is, you know, finding the right book, a book that you read, that it's about a topic that you're interested in reading. And unfortunately, we don't have that many books in Spanish in our school library or in my classroom library, so we have a limited selection, and it's hard, you know, to find a book that you are going to love and be interested in reading. I think the key also is to have reading conferences with the students where we all sit down. Oh, like we did during first period today. We all sat down in small groups and talked about the books that we're reading. That's also a good way to find the next book you want to read. I found 3 new books I want to read, and I put them in Goodreads. You know, we have to talk about our books. Oh, that's another reason I did a book talk this morning. You saw that, you know, to get kids, to help them find books that they can read next. The book I was talking about in the morning, it's a book that I almost gave up on. I was on page 60, and I'm like, I really cannot get into it. But I'm like, it's such a short book. I'm just going to keep going. And then all of a sudden, page 67, it hooked me. And I'm so glad I didn't give it up.
Do you think that independent readings like helps your students speak Spanish better?
Of course. I even learn new words weekly. I find new words or expressions I haven't heard in a very, very long time, and I get reminded of new vocabulary or vocabulary I haven't used in a while. You know, the more you read, because I do teach them rules, grammatical rules and spelling rules, but these are rules they're going to forget. However, if they read, the more they read, the more those words are going to be fixed in their brains, and they're going to remember, okay, the word music in Spanish has an accent mark on the U. You might forget that it's because es una palabra esdrújula y está acentuada la antepenúltima sílaba. And I don't care if you remember the rule, as long as every time you write the word music, you write it properly. And you do because you read it a million times. But you forget what Mrs. Quint told you. It's okay, you know? But these are great questions, children.
Yes. So thank you for your interview and having time for this interview, and yeah.
It was my pleasure. You can come anytime you want. It was my pleasure. And I have to tell you that you were very professional. You did an amazing job.
You scared her, bro?
Angel, I got a picture for you.
Bro, what if you... Oh.
I start laughing.
Here we go.